Tesla update here on the 22nd. It's pretty much played out exactly as I talked about when this originally happened. You had people talking about, oh, it's going to bounce back to 238 right away. But what was the key thing that I was looking at that made this look like it was going to be bearish from then on? It was the fact that it broke below the 50, the 20 is up here, and we had the 200 down here in demand. Those are very important spots. Or the 200-day moving average down here. Those are important spots, and the path of least resistance is down here to 200. So that made me think that there's probably going to be more downside here. And then when you see a move go up like this, when it goes straight up like this, and then it goes like this and chops for a while, usually that means it's going to go higher. Same thing when it goes down. It chops for a little bit, and then it goes down like that. Usually. The reason why is because, well, I can show you illustration-wise right here. Look at the 1 hour. This is completely oversold at -2 standard deviations. And now that we chop, the more we chop, we're at almost +2 standard deviations. So now the most likely move is to come down here. So that's exactly what I think is going to happen. Still below the 50 DMA. It looks like this is probably the fourth wave, and this is a first wave, and then this is probably going to end up being something like this into earnings. And then I'm expecting something like this. And who knows how low it goes. It could go all the way down to 180. I don't think so, but it could. I'd be buying right in this area right here. At this point, I think the stop loss is got to be above 224.21. But with earnings, you're not going to have a chance to have a stop loss because this is going to move big either way. So you can really kind of disregard that. It's basically just guessing. Do you think it's going to go up here, break the 50, all the way up here to the 20 at 238? Or do you think it's going to come down here? I'm leaning down. I'm not saying it can't go to 238. If they have good earnings, then that's going to override the technical analysis. But this move is not finished, in my opinion. I think we got another move down, and then I'm a huge buyer down here between 180 and 200. So here's the overall, something like that. If you zoom out here, it makes sense too. You have ABC here down to the parallel line. So, so yeah, overall bearish. It's going to be tough, though, because I'd probably be watching this all the way up to the bell tomorrow to make sure nothing happens. If you're going to buy puts, it's probably easier just to sell covered calls if you have shares. So, Tesla, overall, majorly bullish, but short-term bearish. I still think this is going to play out. I'm looking for maybe like 350 on this. Based on where this goes to. So if we just draw a parallel line right here, depending on where this goes, but look at it, it takes us to 340 right there. And then that's going to end up being, that should end up being the overall B wave. Or it could be this too. Could be a diagonal in the 5-wave move. Could be this. Like that. Those are the two ways I'm looking at it from there. But overall, in the short-term time frame, look for more downside to probably that 202 gap fill. If they have good earnings, it will override this whole thing. We'll figure out from there. I would probably still be very bearish. If it does bounce there, that would still be a bear bounce in my opinion right now. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If it were to like get above the 20 daily moving average, then maybe I would become bullish. But right now, the structure points down. So that's my take on Tesla. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I'll do an update before earnings tomorrow.